Hey everybody, it's Jay, and I'm doing something a little bit differently with my Gun of the Day videos. You've probably already seen this disclaimer a few times if you've seen any of my other ones, but what I wanted to do is pick a few of my favorite guns of a certain type. Now, the certain type is an extremely broad and nebulous term, or an extremely specific one, depending on what I felt like doing at the time. So as such, this is going to be a very subjective, opinionated, biased video series, and in keeping with the theme of Gun of the Day, not well researched, not a lot of factual hard evidence to put out here. This is just a gun that I especially like and wanted to highlight as part of this series. So not saying that it is the best gun of all time, but it's the one that I picked very arbitrarily as my favorite. And today I have picked my favorite handgun. That's handgun in general, semi-auto revolver, etc., at least as of today, the day that I'm recording it. This is my Walther PPQ in 9mm. Misha and I are both huge 9mm fans. It's the main caliber that we pretty much stick with for all of our handgun. I would keep wiping, so if you see me doing this in these videos, it's me getting dust or dog hair. It's mostly dog hair off of them. But we're big 9mm fans. We just like kind of sticking with one caliber for our main handguns, and that's pretty well where we stay. I really like 9mm. I find I'm generally pretty accurate with it, and pretty flexible, and of course being able to keep a lot of different guns all in that same caliber. It's generally mostly easy to find, not always, but then I keep it stocked because it's consistent. I've got it across pretty much all of my handguns are a 9mm, so one round, many different guns. So the reason why I picked the PPQ, when I first shot this PPQ, Misha actually had, I believe it was a pre-release version. They hadn't come out and wouldn't come out for another few weeks, maybe even a few months at that point. And it was sent to him, I believe, as a dealer sample. And we shot that gun on a 4th of July, as I recall. And it was immediately a gun that I knew that I had to have. And there's a few reasons for that. The biggest one is the trigger. See, we're clear. Clearing the mag. The trigger, the PPQ, has a notoriously short reset on the trigger. Q meaning basically quick action. So you can see there's some take up here, like a 2-stage, and then a wall, a break, and then a very short 1/10 of an inch reset, and then you're ready to shoot again. What that means is this gun is extremely fast for follow-up shots. The trigger I actually find in general to be pretty good. It's a little stiff, but there's not really any perceptible creep. It's just a pretty crisp break. Any lighter on this trigger, and it would probably not be the safest for defensive purposes. And this is first and foremost, 4-inch barrel, it's first and foremost meant to be a defensive handgun. One thing that I did not like about it when I got it was the sights. They were just basic plastic 3-dot sights. I replaced them with some fiber optic. I did it years ago. I don't even remember the brand at this point. Ask me in the comments if you're interested. I can go figure it out. Green in the rear and then red in the front, basically, so I could pick up really quickly with both eyes open and still use the sights. The other thing that really pushed me into really wanting these and basically buying one as soon as I could was the grip. Grips on handguns and fitment, and I've said this many times, in my opinion, is extremely important. Possibly the most important deciding factor in getting a handgun, again, in my opinion, is does it fit your hand? And this gun, with just the medium grips, fits my hand like a glove. I have no other gun and have shot no other 9mm handgun that fits my hand better than this one. Some people it might not fit well at all. I know Hickok 45 mentioned, I think, that he was constantly riding the slide release and dropping it instead of having it locked back. That has not been an issue for me, but I don't have big hands. So it's pretty, that extended slide release, which is ambidextrous, by the way, is real easy. The other kind of nice thing about this particular version is it has the Euro style paddle release, which is also fully ambidextrous, and I've actually gotten to where I prefer it. It's a shame that the American market did not come around on this style of mag release, because I really like it. And I wish that it was more of an option, because effectively it's very easy. Just push your trigger finger down or your offhand and push that release down, and you're good. I just lost my mag. So that's one other really cool feature I like. It's very lightweight with the polymer slot, with the polymer frame, of course, and it's just a joy to shoot. I absolutely love this gun. This is my main go-to handgun. It probably would be the last handgun I would ever part with, because I just think the odds of finding a 9mm that fits me this well is going to be a real 1 in a million kind of thing. So I only have the one PPQ. Like I mentioned before, I have many M9s or Beretta 92s. I only have the one PPQ. I'd like to get a Q5 match or something someday, or one of the new steel frames, because I think that those would be a lot of fun to shoot as well. But this is pretty much my personally perfect for me, 9mm pistol. So my favorite handgun, the Walther PPQ in 9mm. This is the so-called M1 with the paddle release on the trigger housing there. So there you go. This is Jay. Hope you liked the video, and I will catch you soon next time.